This was the edition of the program Good Morning Salone. Musa Kamara Naminim.
Inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salone, according to the Solicitor General, na Law Officers Department, Robert Koa, the judgment will come out and the Ecowas courts for Alhaji Chief Samuel Samsumana in case they should say the Attorney General in office gets capacity for defend governments by any case where anybody or institution go take against them. People where they work under the Freetown International Airport Salonge don't call on government through the Salone Airport Authority for pay the end of service benefits. After we then say the authority be don't terminate and contract them and put them under 1 year probation. And at the program this Thursday morning, Radio Democracy go look inside how illegal migration done the Hamburg Salone people and other countries them.
Well, this and other stories them the program for you, plus the Chief Director now the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Emmanuel Konjosi, as way for promote more investment in the cocoa sector. Then they plan now for get a public-private dialogue about the country in cocoa policy. Members say they listen to we live on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl and self they listen to we from Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koneduga and Falaba district. Same way so on Radio Malene 88.5 and Radio 1G 101.3, all from Pujaun, Radio Colenta 90.5 na Cambia, Radio Moa 15.5 na Kalaon, Voice of Kalina na Kamakuya on 98.0. The program na Good Morning Salone, you can be part of one by way you can send text message to the number 0779819181. 0779819181 the number for sending text message and be part of the program, or go on our Facebook page and drop your comment on issues that we will discuss inside the program Good Morning Salone. As you get from we airline today, one power airline today, we look at the impact of illegal migration on Salone people them now other country them. For can help we discuss this issue, I want to welcome now the studio the Minister of Labor and Social Security, Alpha Timbo. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone. And also inside the studio, I want to welcome Almami Kagbo in come up from the Migrant Center for Information and Capacity Development. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Good morning to all listeners.
And also now returning from Libya, we get the experience of illegal migration on young people them as if we don't go Libya and
All right, it's time for my studio clock now 7:36, and the program is still listening to now Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Remember, see yourself for the listen the program. You can send you text message to the number 077-981-981, or go now Radio Democracy 98.1 Facebook page and be part of the discussion. Well, we tell us in the program today, Radio Democracy go look inside the challenge them where people them from Salone don't they get from illegal migration, where some of them can embark on for going to other country them. And we go use case study this morning of the latest issue of Salone people them where there is concern for sicker. Some of them we don't lost in life na Lebanon, and self concerns them we don't come out from Tunisia and other country them outside Salone people them done they so far where some of them do illegal migration for going to country, and some of them can complain say even though some of them can get documents where they go, the one where they can go work to can seize them documents for travel, we can make them not able for come back. When all the concerns here, they can look inside the program this morning, and we go hear it from the Minister of Labor. We na Alpha Timbo there this morning for can explain what governments don't they do for ensure say Salone people left for the travel illegal one go now other country them, because at the end of the day now government they can call on for go take them back where they can face challenge them. When they come to them shortly for look at that issue there.
Quick one, we did take first issue inside the program. We said the Citizens Manifesto now one where citizens them can put together for CCA politicians them put on the manifesto and implement them for bring development in the country. Where this according to the executive director na the Institute for Governance Reform IGR and Lavalisi, the Citizens Manifesto they talk about developments them where citizens them one for see na politicians them manifesto. Well, for more on this, carry out to Contego reports.
One of the guiding principles na the implementation of development program by government, na the manifesto where the presidential candidates before election they present to the people them. But this na the manifesto from the party level wey make the Institute for Governance Reform don dey work with citizens dem for get the Citizens Manifesto, wey dis manifesto go make citizens themselves able get their input and sef tell politicians dem about wetin dem want for see as salon and for make dem politicians able put dis na the manifesto and implement am for development and community level and nationwide. And Olavale na the executive director na the Institute for Governance Reform talk more about the Citizen Manifesto.
Why would the Citizens Manifesto consultation process? Because we want to make election meaningful. We don't do too much of elections. We all know Saudi. Since 1996, we don't return to multi-party democracy. After every 5 years, successfully Israeli do election. So we feel say we get 4 objectives for the Citizens Manifesto. One, we can make elections meaningful. When I say meaningful election, now how we don't vote, that vote they actually translate into results. And the Citizens Manifesto will make for their citizens their own priorities, what you want, it feed into political party manifestos. So that make the Citizens Manifesto, they always come first before the party their own manifesto. And we can want to make elections policy driven. This country here, now big English dandy. What you mean by policy driven election? They can just say, una always they bow, una vote one way. You the Kenny man would vote one way. Una with the McKinney would vote one way. I like this a cow or monkey, as long as it wear red or green, even if we know say this person are able to deliver anything, people in the vote for her. So they say we'll not vote for water, we'll not vote for light.
And continue for talk about the thing them. Whether inside the 2023 Citizen Manifesto.
Inside the first year of the government from Kabbalah for Council and Freetown, the number of police stop they make prices they increase. The next one, even make clear payment of traffic offenses be via electronic, via orange money. If you don't see me, I don't do traffic offense. Why? If not 200,000, if I get orange money, I will just pay you, not threaten me with chemical police. The third one, this one I will pull on from the last manifesto. Now, MPs and presidential aspirants for publish their assets on or before nomination. One for CDC inside the party manifesto. So you see say then one they are the only person who been publishing assets they are coming by the appointments to regions. This one about for stop the threat with political party then they get float this question whether citizens they want for their political party they get a stick so that if one day in power the other one will try for drawing company down and make it look bad. So we suggest for their party that would in a parliament then be part of the
inside the Citizen Manifesto. Then be so put commitments them in place for CC, then push development go before the country.
We commit say we're not going to do it in our street and for support government for enforce public sanitation laws. So we want to see how we can actually promote as citizens who say we can promote health and sanitation. We commit say we go stop building houses on authorized location and setting fire on bushes. Third thing, we for stop for put undue pressure on judges and police and magistrate election management bodies and allow the law to take its course. Too often, we talk say the courts corrupt. Whether they corrupt the courts. Now the moment one power we get case, we go and let that case, they let them turn out in favor. So how we go make, whilst we demand justice, we get for support that justice environment for let it work for we all. Fourth one, now we get for stop for pay bribes to public officials like police, teachers, health workers, and tax officials. The last one, I know say that the most difficult this, but they score high. They say we get for stop for big with MP there and politicians for money and for personal gifts. If we achieve them as citizens, as civil society, as a media, it's a major revolution in the next 5 years.
The Ahmad Tijan Kaba Foundation. Now one panny body them, where they inside the steering committee for the Citizen Manifesto, where the national coordinator of the Ahmad Tijan Kaba Foundation, Samuel Patrick Matia, been get this for say.
The citizens, we are representing them here today. But what we get for going at that district, at that time we get for there is so many things. In the steering committee meetings, these were the emphasis we made, that we allow we brothers and sisters out there, let them come out with tangible solutions, some of them key demands. We will not see that before. So when we go out, I'm glad way and quickly highlight that.
mention them. We have investment loan, we get Boston Investment Company, Empress Investment and Overseas Recruitment Sierra Leone Limited, Human Resource Global Consultancy, we get What You Want Recruitment Trading Company, then Makaimo International Investment Company, then 12 Sumas Traveling Consultancy Agency, then 13 Seasons Sierra Leone Limited, and 14 Interlink United General Trading and Recruitment Agency, and 15 we have Trogan La African Recruitment Agency. All of their agencies here are mentioned. So we get the names of the proprietors, them, the addresses, them, then contact numbers, them, and the certificate numbers. Then each of them I mentioned, then get certificate numbers so unique to them. For example, like we'll say SOS Global Investment, now database at 001. Right, and so, the contact person and the file reference for that today. So this gives you the opportunity for able to know exactly the institutions that are currently responsible for sending people overseas.
So, Mr. Minister, then 15 company groups there, we the registered groups them way like they transfer people from Salone to other continent for go work. When are the labor migration? How on the monitor then group your way the ministry aware of say officially then get documents for make people in travel? How are the monitor where then can make people they don't go? In terms of them welfare, where they go and how are they monitor?
Well, in the first place, you get to do with the preparation for the migrant worker. You see, many people they get things wrong. So when they open the code, they go suffer. Some of them then go as a result of wrong information. But what did happen? Each and every agency then they receive letters of offers from the employing institutions abroad. When they receive their letters, then they write to the Ministry of Labor, notifying the ministry about the existence of them vacancies there. And some of them, they don't get memos between themselves and their employing institutions. Yeah. Then they write to the ministry and inform the ministry. What in the ministry, they assign people from the migration unit for partake with them, for give them the orientation on the kind of jobs where then they go for CC, then get the qualifications, where the employer, they look up with the contract of service who they send. So the Ministry of Labor, they look at that and CC, it conform with the general employment situation at the country as well as society, and they go. So that's the role of the ministry. By the time then people and then some of them they fly can asylum, they meet to them companies, yeah. Now then they do the interviews for the type of people who they want. When they don't do the interviews, they select them. Then they go through the medical processes and the police clearance processes. All they want and the stipulates of the company side and they go for meeting their requirements. And when they do all that, then prepare the list. Like this one I get so now, the list of all Sierra Leoneans who don't emigrate from Sierra Leone through legal migration, then they bring the list to the Minister of Labor. And they issue them what you call an exit certificate. And every orderly migrant worker who don't left Sierra Leone through orderly means must get a signature as an exit where they go. And when they go, for instance, yesterday I just signed about 40, I think about 22 where assigned was for left yesterday. So then why they get exit certificate, where then go na immigration at the airport, then they produce their exit certificate here, so they enter them. And this list here, they did a Ministry of Labor, they did a Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they translate them back to the embassy where they supervise that particular country. So as a ministry, we got to make sure then send the correct people, then go through the appropriate medical examination, then get them police clearance for ensure they not get any criminal record, and finally then can at the ministry will give the exit certificate. So I want to say here, all the people that wouldn't try for talk about where they face 10 casualty, let any one of them produce one, the exit certificate where they get asylum. Anybody who go through this particular process, get it for the face the issues the way people and they talk about.
So. All right, Mr. Minister, continue for the with the program. Although you don't make mention of the one the way they travel legally, we go for look at the other phase of people where can go na Sierra Leone and citizens them can go through other method them as well, where they can go na then country then the you can't tell we later waiting government to do for ensure say because na Sierra Leone and citizens them are supposed for seek them welfare as well. You can't tell we waiting at the measures them we wanna get in place for that. Well, the program Good Morning Salone they continue and we take short break and come back and look at more issues.
Sierra Leone Commercial. Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody elect you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money now the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office elect you not get the account number. Buy Exalite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Your pardon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all you supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God.
Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. The program is still listening to Good Morning Salone with the country from 96.1 FM. And the program is still listening to Good Morning.
All right, the program Good Morning Salone, they continue. Remember, so you say for the listen or they watch you live on Facebook, you can send your message to the number 077-981-981 for be part of the discussion at the program this morning. As inside the studio today, we'll look at issues we now concern them with salon people within our country them the face, where most of them go under labor migration for go find seek greener pasture, but at the end of the day, some of them end up losing life and challenge them with the one way they currently they face. All of that we look inside the program this morning. We get the minister, don't talk, but waiting government on the do so far for seeker. The one way they travel with documents. We go for look at small issues there. But quickly, we will come to other studio guests.
And inside the studio, I go welcome again Almami Kagbo. It represents Migrant Center for Information and Capacity Development, and he also now somebody we don't go and come back. It is share experience with me and within the young people and where they talk with now different communities them. They tell them as reason why they can left Salone and within they can tell another community them. Once again, good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Okay, good morning to all listeners. As you know, my name Almami Cisco Kagbo. Me na the PRO for Migrant Center for Information and Capacity Development, we na MINCICAD for short. MINCICAD na a migrant organization really for seek the welfare of returning migrants them, and also migrants them within a different countries they really strand. We also the advocates for them to other organizations them like the International Organization for Migration (IOM) for that able to repatriate them back home.
Before we look at the work of one organization, you know somebody will be don't go and come back. Share your experience with we how you been go and how you been turn like.
At around 2016, I make the intention, say, myself want forget a better life because, we just get a perception, say, until we go overseas, before we get a better life, And when we can sit down, then one or two of my friends, them, they don't go to Libya when a temple one, they don't go succeed, they don't enter Italy. So some of them explain to me what it takes and how it look like. Then again, since we self are young people, and we self all look for better opportunity and better life, we self decide for take the route. When we take the route, actually it not be easy because everybody know about temple one. When I say temple one, the moment you go, you don't get to turn him back. From here, we left, we go Guinea, but again, we beget a particular person, Ahmed. Ahmed na the person we beget the program na Salonia, so for the person go cross to Libya. So we pay our money, we left here, we go Guinea, from Guinea, we go Mali, from Mali, we go Burkina Faso, from Burkina Faso, we go Niger, from Niger, we go Agadez. Agadez na the last place for enter the Sahara Desert. Them places there where they call, so it takes almost 6 to 8 months for we able to reach na Agadez. It's very stressful, strenuous, you go to a lot. Of course, the Sahara Desert, a place where I'm not sure say them be even want for like motorman in the waka like how we the waka they so. And of course, any motka we want go we reach na Agadez, una get 2 pickup van then where they can load una, where they can carry una go. Of course, we now 45 be enter na the Sahara Desert. We get 25 souls there we lost. We be kego 12 women, then we be lost 8. It really not be easy way to you go through that Sahara Desert. 2 weeks, 4 days, we now at the desert. Not until then to rebel when they can't see with the reason we think out the problem now that they pick up them, they get problem, the GPRS with them they use, they get problem. And that Sahara Desert in a waka, you get that GPRS with them they use with the waka with them motka they hassle. So when you work out and see, let them put video on, let them go look for space or then go see other motoka or pick up van them back. So then go able carry, go show them the road. So we then go now, we able get then coming back again.
So, and mommy, most of on our waking user routes they for go na other people in country, then can say when they go for go see greener pasture for go get a better living. But also money can involve. Waiting it been cost you that time day for left salon and go. Waiting have been the amount you wanna pay.
Okay, the amount was $3,500. Maybe pay me 3,000. And then the $500 be get out with me.
So using that amount they for common salon for go other country, una not be out where I say even if not that way that you choose for live a better life, establishments or groups and the way governments recognize we register for take salon people and for go do work. Una not being aware of any of them group in that time day.
Actually, I not go talk like I not be aware that much, even though I be no say people be they go Iraq, you understand, people they come. But again, then self where they go and come, then self getting your explanation. You understand? Only side and the way they not go ask you for visa, they not go ask you for anything. As long as you get your passport, you go pass na them borders and they until you reach your destination where you go. Then from there you can reach some and take boats.
So the person will be organized on a beginning. Na person will get any group or institution where he register for take people in.
No. In fact, things have not be this salon. Okay, me, I go to reach Libya. Of course, Libya, I live here 1 year. Nobody know in Libya. We go Libya 2017, 18. We don't know me. We don't know Cisco because Libya take 1 year complete. I run in prison where in Panama Road when I get prison 4 months complete.
What you go do there?
Actually, when I rescue in our WhatsApp because we take 9 hours on top of the Mediterranean Sea. We take 9 hours, not until we both get accidents. We then call for rescue team, but the only rescue team will be there around a Libya rescue team. So they can rescue we, not until they return we back until we say now only we 45 that we survive. Me by this self we inspire me for let go. That boat stay himself left. So we then take we now, then tell we say, well, then they out win at Tripoli. But when I go over we to the Arabs them and the Arab people them, we all know Arab people and they. So now they then directly carry we go to the prison. So then carry we go to the prison now. We want once upon a time and say we go appear courts. We don't see nothing like that and just carry we then count we back then from there and say we for run prison, we have for 4 months prison. So we run the prison now. They say we prison time done. Tell you the prison time done, meet up now. Them IOM, they win an international organization for migration. We in the white people, and then the Canada, them prisons, and then they can remove people away sick. So myself gets me exit that day for Canada Tripoli. So I cannot Tripoli back. I can take something like almost 3 months. When I did the problem there now with the representative the way they and I can call the ambassadors. Now they not the problem. Honestly, for let you see Sierra Leone ambassador take situation like how the other company and take other nationality and they take we did a complete 2 months and already start Nigeria and they go. Nigeria they don't go past 40. You get Ghanaian and they go other countries and they go. We are the least country that where we ambassador then other countries.
So before we can look at waiting the government representative then can do when you arrive na Libya, the contact person where una been paid the money to. Now whose role in can play for ensure say una settle? Whose role the person can play?
Of course, we don't lost the contact person from the desert. From the desert, where the Tuareg rebel and go catch we when we fall. We then go catch from there, then go sell we dey leave our slaves. We live there close to 3 months before then go sell in one prison or meet one Sierra Leonean day where explain give you how we get for escape. And I explain you how we get for escape. Now, so we escape, not until we lost one person back in the desert. Before we escape, we lost one person back in the desert. When I see a Leonean, when I foot big problem, you know, be able to work. And the Sahara desert, they know they help nobody.
So then people are where una can pay money to for gonna then count here. Waiting they can promise una say una they go get. Where una reach. Waiting they promise una say una they go get.
Well, when you pay money, then say you say you go to Libya. And when you reach Libya, then we'll just say you get small water where you go cross for each Italy. And you know, say I don't want to see it, you know, so me self decide for you a lot take the risks. Not until you go where you go self go now, you go see the reality of the journey. And that's when you know say, oh, if I be no, and how can this end there so? But again, I mean, then call and temple one, you know, get space for return again.
During this course where you did Libya, how much Salone people you can point at, or how great it the number of Salonians them within Libya where they try for cross go over Italy?
Well, I go say we boku small, but you know, the Sierra Leone know they travel that much. Where you see hundreds of Nigerian, you know, sometimes you go see 50 of Sierra Leoneans. Actually, we boku because up till now I still know Sierra Leone and we still stuck in Libya.
Because that's about access from that time when you go get your experience, so you come and being advocates for let people and know they use that particular routes. You don't see any change. People don't stop for the user particular routes where you use.
Actually, a lot of changes still presently. A lot of changes still because the amount of people where they get where they go. You understand? Where probably they go out of lack of knowledge these days, and they see the awareness raise, you know, they do. Then they see the videos them, then they see the talk shows them, then they see the dramas the way we act, you know. So sometimes some people can't go because when we do advocacies, you get people that will tell you, say, me, I don't go sell me bike, I want can go, me, I don't go pong this, me, I be me keke self, I be ride, I don't go put an out for sale and give me money, me, I want go. But as long as I don't hear first-hand information to particular person, we go this movement here, so we don't come back. So me, actually, I can say, to me, God gets a lot of things then to me. I make where I cannot see them and start this advocacy reform reorganization because a lot of things that we see inside prison, I go to every crucible in Libya, every simple thing I go to, then kidnap me, then go sell me. You know, then from there, I lost back. I jump fence back. I come out there for 2 days, jump fence back, come out. You know, so I see everything. So what would they explain to people? People would say, me, I know they go again. Because of this, I don't care. I know they go again.
Continue for stay with me inside the program. Alma Mrs. Kokagbo, in the Public Relations Officer for Migrant Center for Information and Capacity Development. In a one time, we don't engage in irregular migration, and now they form organization for talk to young people for not for embark on the journey for Go Temple Run. Continue for stay with me inside the program. Good Morning Salone.
No TP, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, will send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money now any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 billion loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we dey here for you.
All right, welcome back from the break. The program is still listening to now Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We continue to look at more issues inside this Thursday edition of the program. The Solicitor General, na Law Officers Department, Robert Kowase, then get the sabi and capacity for defend the government by any case where anybody or institution go take against the state. Robert Kowa talk this where the Attorney General and Minister of Justice in office go give update to journalists them, but the Alaji Chief Sam Sumana in case we been get against government, we government don't end up winning the case na Ecowas courts. Well, Kabia gets more on this. Iguna reports.
May 17, 2015, the first-time President Dr. Anes Baikoroma been sacked the first-time Vice President Alhaji Sam Sumana, where we make him be go na the Supreme Court and be lost this case. But Sam Sumana not been satisfied with the ruling where he gets from the Supreme Court, where this make him be go na the Ecowas court because he say them be violate in fundamental human rights, where include rights for take part in politics and get fair hearing. Sam Sumana be win this case na the Ecowas court inside 2017, and the court been say Salone government for PM all in benefits them, but the government not been agree for PM, where this make him be go back na the Ecowas court and file writ of execution, where mean say they for enforce this judgment. Also, be ask the court for sanction Salone for make the country not get loan from Ecowas, assistance and other one them. And the Ecowas court not be ruling Sam Sumana in favor. Now, for sake of this, make the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice being called journalists them for go update them on this judgment where the Ecowas court just give.
Subsequently, government changes in 2018, and we were still proceeding with administration. Sam Sumana wanted to enforce his judgment. So the best way he thought he could do that was to go to court again, to the Ecowas court, to enforce the judgment. The reliefs he sought before the court were very serious. Primarily among everything was for the ECOWAS to sanction this country as if it was a military regime or any terrorist country or country that has been blacklisted. So this is a fellow that was vying to become president of this nation. He's a political figure. He was a sitting vice president, and to go again before the ECOWAS court in Abuja to ask them to sanction this country of everything, basically to delink Sierra Leone from the ECOWAS community. That's very serious.
You been listen to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Mohamed Lamin Tarawali, we been talk about some panitin where the first-time vice president been go with the ECOWAS court against Salone governments. In carry on for talk about the team where Salone for loss if the court been sanctioned the country.
If that order was granted, it is not only going to affect the sitting government, myself, or any of us. It's going to affect the nation because we know what sanction is. And the reason why we call to explain to the nation is to know the gravity of his action which he took against the state. If I could read for you briefly the reliefs, one of the reliefs he sought before the court was directing the authority of heads of state and government of ECOWAS to impose sanctions against the respondent, which is the state of Sierra Leone, through suspension of new community loans or assistance or suspension of disbursements on ongoing community projects or assistance programs, exclusion from presenting candidates for statutory and professional posts, and suspension from participating in the activities of pending compliance with the judgment of the ECOWAS court delivered on the 27th day of November 2017.
Mohamed Lamin Tarawali say because of the evidence then, where the country be able for gain at the ECOWAS court, now that's making say Salone government be able for win the case against Sam Sumana.
So, but we put up a very stout defense to this action to say that the ECOWAS, yes, they gave the order against Sierra Leone, but they don't have the mandates, the power, or they lack the jurisdiction to sanction enforcement against the state. Don't forget that Alhaji Sam Sumana has a very strong legal defense team in Nigeria, and they came up with a very stout argument to compel the courts to grant the orders and the reliefs they were seeking. But as God could have it, we were able to stand our grounds and we were able to argue this out. This is very serious. We have no alternative as lawyers for government and lawyers representing the state, but to go in to defend.
Usman Kanu, na the principal state council and self na one pani people we been represent Salone at the ECOWAS court, been get this for sake of this case.
The unfortunate thing is, like, you will expect that a leading politician will now try to see how you can work with the state and enforce your judgment. because under the Ecowas protocol, the court cannot enforce its own judgment. And it's unfortunate that you have leading lawyers representing the former vice president like Femi Falana and the others from Ghana. I mean, obviously, we are well aware of this jurisdiction issue, but instead decide to just file an application against the Republic of Sierra Leone. So we are left with no option, but this time, obviously, to file an application, taking a jurisdictional objection to stop the court from actually granting these orders.
Wey himself be the talk, the Solicitor General, Robert Kowa say, they as lawyer for the state be able to defend the country well by the submission they will then be able to make before the ECOWAS courts.
I believe the law office has defended the attempt to execute against the country. And that we want everybody to know that it was a success, and the country was well defended. With respect to the substance judgment obtained in default in 2017, we are yet, or we cannot say anything until definitely proper consultation with our clients, in a sense, the government, because that was a judgment obtained in default. And situation, we realized that it was an issue before the commission has made recommendations to the government, and by the white paper, those recommendations were accepted, and there was an appeal, and subsequent to the appeal, there has been a decision in the appeal, and there are still contemplations to work around that.
The Solicitor General say, then at the Law Officers Department gets the
that this law office now is prepared to defend each and every action that you want to take the government on. We're not going to let it go by. We are prepared, we have the ability, and we have the capacity to defend this government. So nobody is going to trick this government into, releasing money on the basis that you had a judgment.
Robert Kowa end up say, they hope say government will continue for support and give strength to this office in work so that they will continue to get the sabi for Grassy, Kabia the reports.
All right, from that report, we come back at the studio. As we come to the studio guests and back, I come over to the Minister of Labour and Social Security, Alpha Timbo. We don't listen to our testimony from Almami. We see you kingly be they follow the issues and way be they raise as per your own experience. We been get the year we go Libya. Well, so many of them concerned, I believe, not new again to the ministry. Migration of Sierra Leoneans, them young people, them, especially women, them waiting in Lebanon currently, where we see 5 of them lost in life. Well, we still yet forget a clear picture of what's in the happen because we try for link them so that we go get an update from them. But from the testimony where Almami don't gain at the studio this morning, this nothing them like I say, they don't happen even before you go to the ministry as minister. Then here they don't happen. Waiting at the action where governments they take for sake of the other phase. Because you don't talk about the one way they travel with documents. Then 1 year now where they travel, where not they use documents or registered group where the ministry are aware of what's not Salone citizens them. Waiting at the thing where the government they do for ensure say una protect them or bring them back home or stop them from going because then a Salone citizen them.
Thank you very much. We will answer that, but if we not exhaust how they go properly, we will end up for talk about how for continue for bring them come, then the problem will still persist. With all respect to the IOM, the International Organization for Migration, they're supposed for the complement orderly migration so that we prevent the occurrences that will lead for make people and continue for the face them kind of situation and bring them come back, right? But the aspects more concentrate on that side. And we now for make sure say people and get they know say the opportunities available for make them not follow that route. So now make still I just want to conclude that side what I've been talking about, the measures who they can put in place where people, and once they become aware, we popularize them, they know this is the route, and that is not the way they should go. I've been mentioned this, no, then I can't answer that question, maybe. I've been mentioned this, no, for see we register agencies there, not so. But the regulations, any agency will register, and therefore renew annually. And as I they speak, so by all the agents they will register, as I they speak, so if it in terms of people who are legal for send people in now 6, you understand? Because the renewal conditions, if you don't meet them back, will not give you the license. So for the people that we still want for make sure see they make use of the opportunity for travel. Therefore, no say as at now 6-1. SOS Global Investment, Human Power Global, Optimal Manpower Placement, Human Resource Global Consultancy, Explore Sierra Leone, and Boston Loan at 6. You understand? Coming to the question you mentioned, the ministry, they collaborate with the Office of the Vice President, TOKU, the IOM, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, especially for the recent case which took place in Lebanon, for make sure see government intervene. At some point, I think I mentioned that way the president been going to Lebanon, where he give me experience where he said it's been get for personally make a contribution towards the repatriation of the Israelis. The way go Lebanon will be this strand at that time. From that time, watching at the measures we try for put in place for make sure see we not go see a recurrence of that situation. Now for make sure see we consular designate na Lebanon if like an asylum na so he meet with we na the Ministry of Labor. He don't give we some of the things that we need for do for make sure say before anybody who left the shores of Sierra Leone now for go Lebanon, those are the things that we're supposed for do for make sure see that happen. I've been make the invite for me the one who they issue visas for Sierra Leoneans so they migrate from here for go Lebanon. Unfortunately, the time where the officer come, I've been get an emergency travel for go to the United States. So now my deputy minister and permanent secretary be hold them meetings that they would time. At that time, we don't try for make it for them for no now for see. Moving forward, yes, people have a right to go to Libya. When it comes to giving employment visas, they not get right for the employment visas without an institution we legally recognized for. So that are the first two. As I talk so officially from the labor migration, we have not sanctioned any movement of Sierra Leone to Lebanon, right? Unlike the other countries who don't sign welfare agreements, then including Saudi Arabia, the state of Qatar, where the agreement currently in Parliament. By Thursday, the Minister of Foreign Affairs turned table last week, and by this coming Thursday, we ratified so that the bilateral agreements as a government will put in place for ensure when people go and then get the coverage of government through the Ministry of Labor, Foreign Affairs, and this day.
So the one and they all na measures the one they put in place for secure, so the one that we go for the goal, they are protected. But what about the one that we currently did the growth situation? Some of them are lost in life, and some day right now as we talk at detention camps them. The situation of them people in the wait to know they do.
The ambassador, the consular that they do extremely well for looking to their welfare. First, you get to do with data, right? We don't ask them for make sure see they look into all the areas they will talk so that then determine the number of Sierra Leoneans they will do where they work normal. Yeah, mind you, some they even do them go illegally. They still get employers the way they treat them in a way humane, right? So now the one then the isolated cases where some people then they suffer then and they no more they feature out. But when things are okay, they know. And we at the Ministry of Labor, they try for bring out the examples of success stories so that people then they know if you do this way, you go that way. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs don't proactively, engage with the government Lebanon for make sure see what happens so, and they will present a recurrence. We work with the IOM, the International Organization for Migration, but as I initially say, the major focus as at now for make sure see like them kind of people who face them kind of difficulties, they need to intervene and see and provide them for some welfare and make sure see them come. So as a government, we collaborate with them on that side. But apart from that, I still want to say we want to still embark on ensuring that we put in the measures who will strengthen the system itself for make it become more transparent, for make it become more profitable. And maybe before I end that point there, I'll be trying to tell you about people who don't go. I tell you about the 3 aspects of the labor migration program. The work study program we will now introduce. Please for tell you, say in Sierra Leone as I talk so now. Under the work study program, we don't send about 11 students that would not succeed through the master's program for go study in the United States of America. 2 days in Colorado School of Mines at the United States of America, then they study mining engineering, and then they stay at the campus. We get 3 within at the Stevens Institute of Technology in the United States of America. Then they study mechanical engineering, networks and communication services in civil engineering. Then left here 1st of February 2022. We get 2 within at the Queen University. Then they study cybersecurity. They left here 6th August 2022, and the other one left on the 8th of August 2022. We also get 2 within at UMB University. Then they study biotechnology, engineering, and management. Then they left here 22nd of August. So all the we get in data. Within the institutions within the American ambassador get the institution who side in day. We get in telephone numbers. If the 98.1 want them, we can always make them available. In fact, yesterday we will get the information session for the one they would try for prepare for this year. Then speak to their colleagues then. So the opportunities are there. You know, we just get for make sure say we come to the Ministry of Labor, make sure she get the correct information so that we'll be able to go. Based on the experience where I hear me brother talk there, this is one of the first time where they hear this kind of narration. Of course, I know say the ordeals within the passport, like this vivid one way, so this is actually telling. And I want to let the people of Sierra Leone know say the amount she wouldn't call for go pay for illegal migration. When they pass through legal migration, they only pay 30% of that, in fact, because migration involves the use of commissions. But this is a huge amount that is involved, right? As I they preside so now, I don't think nobody they go under legal migration where they allow to pay an amount really reach 1,000.
All right, so we'll come back to you, Mr. Minister. Continue for the between at the studio. Name now Alpha Timbo, the Minister of Labor and Social Security. Will take short break and continue with the program.
Use cement when a superior quality. Cement where they give you value for your money. Cement where they settle your wahala, where you can get pan cement business. Cement where they show you the strangeness, usai in matter. Cement where meets international standard. And that's not Dangote 42.5 R grade TX Portland limestone cement. When a good quality and best cement in the country. You know, see when we building Timap Skates and Tranga, Dangote 42.5 R grade cement, na the highest grade pan cement, where you know the fair no side for buying na the country. No say you deserve the best quality grade cement, where then test and confirm say na the best. No make them tell you, no settle for less. Buy Dangote 42.5 R grade cement for pull yourself pan kotat, losses and wahala. Dangote 42.5 R grade cement na the best among the rest.
Oh yeah, talking point platform.
We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 90.1 FM. If you chose the join with today edition of the program Gud Mornin Salone, we will talk about irregular migration where Salone people embark on the Kinga challenge plenty time. And we don't listen to the minister. We get Almami Sisko Kagbo, Public Relations Officer, Migrant Center for Information and Capacity Develop Building. If somebody we don't go and come back and then come from this organization for talk to young people, then we don't tell we experience now Libya and how we come back. When I don't form this organization, what's on a message to young people them where they talk to?
Actually, we message to young people, like I say, we form this particular organization for seek the welfare of returning migrants in as much as we advocate and talk to young people, colleagues and like where we don't embark on that kind of movement, say, we go there out of the knowledge, so we want to talk to young people, for let them be careful, and we begin creation with IOM, with that project, they call them migrants as messenger. We are in the migrants and necessarily they carry the message in different communities, and we work on only two districts. I would say we know work away. That was Falaba and Kayin districts. But we champion all the districts and for say we able to spread a message here. So and our project will last for 3 years complete. We be just done on this August year. So we be to make videos them videos, and if you go on Facebook, you go on IOM them page, you see them, you see where we see them, they explain what we go through. They talk to young people and then venture for take them kind of risk they also again. The people when me see we die front of me, then wait I see in a prison, then wait I see on top that water, then wait I see in a Libya, the living condition in Libya. Honestly, fine for let anybody for go meet up them kind of thing. Even if you not get safe in this country, also if you believe in the country, you work so hard. Trust me, you go able to reach there. So I make we talk to people, and then we also they advocate for the people and say when I then distress situation, and because myself we don't do it yesterday. We don't do in a prison, we don't do in a Tripoli when a camp for let them repatriate me back. So I know the distress. We also the advocates, like he talk, but then we sisters them, and then different Arab countries, not only Lebanon. We advocate to governments, but we no more it can happen. Like say it is a process. For let them come back home. So I make we can talk to government for let them fast in the process for see they able come back home.
So at this stage, you regret so you embark on a journey, go spend over $3,000 and come back without achieving something?
And honestly, me regret where I can say, now like where I see me paddy die, me come back, you understand, I can always put me say, if now maybe don't die, I don't for come back home. So definitely I regret her.
Other question where people don't ask where una can pay them kind huge money for go see to go seek greener pastures. Now the option of why not using this money for run a business, for example, because if you take like $3,000 for start a small business, why una not can choose that option they but one for go na other man country?
Actually, you see business back, it's not about buying and selling. You have to understand what's in a business before you go do it. Because if you don't understand what's in a business, like you get $5,000, you go put them there, and at the end of the day, you don't get nothing. Like where young people and they gap up and see the company don't get a better life with you up, then they snap, then they post photos, then post videos, them, and you self want to get that kind of quality life there. You see, and like say, probably like say overnight, you self will get that kind of life there. So the best you can do, if you see any option, even if not the risk way, trust me, young people, then you always take that risk there. And not only know what they happen at this country, they happen all over the world. Now, only way you work, you go see, you go see thousands of migrants and from different countries and different nationalities and more at the meet up. They make you always say Salone people we know the worker. And that's I can say mostly because so you see thousands, you see hundreds, don't tell you we go see something, in a small Sierra Leone that you will see. But trust me, it is difficult trading at situations. Then you enter situation, they can there you think say why I come. You get a lot of questions where you can ask yourself why I come. What see I can do? If I be there at this country, trust me. I not say always here I go to, I not for go to and trust me because imagine for go eat one bread a day, one bread. That small Omza bread a day and then they give in a prison. Imagine. So you see, there are a lot of situations that way you go to in a distress situation where we know say people and they we talk to una, how una they do una advocacy, then in as much as they do your advocacy for their government so able at least fasting the situation of people waiting for repatriate home back let them come because that situation they trust me very very difficult.
The minister will get for response to that. How fast government want for do if they get any plan or not. So we'll talk about that later. Continue for the with we now the studio Almami Cisco Cargo. Well, you were the plan for travel illegal one. You don't listen to a live testimony for somebody we don't get the experience. And according to I'm not to any good experience where anybody go out for go get. So in case you listen or they watch the program right now, you get plan for go Libya or other countries them. I think the best advice from the true life story we get at the studio this morning, I feel like you go through an official process where you go through the Ministry of Labor, then recognized body them where they know say then come here so they carry people and go. And if anything happen with you, then go able to identify you easily. The program Good Morning Salone continue.
Inside the program, we continue for look at more issues. We take one per headline. We said people where they work under the Salone Airport Authority, now the Freetown International Airport Lungi. Inside one meeting, don't call on the government through the Salone Airport Authority for pay them the end of service benefits after we the airport authority we don't terminate the contract and transfer them on 1 year probation to the Suma company. We don't take over the running of the Lungi Airport. Well, I've been the part of this meeting and put this report together. For listeners, then go members say the government of Salone been launched the Freetown International new airport where Suma group of company build and they manage for the next 25 years. And before government launched this, then we don't transfer the staff of the Salone Airport Authority when a SLAA to Suma group of company on 1 year probation, where according to management, after 1 year, Suma go decide whether they go take them or not. But the old staff them of the old airport get concerned about then benefit where they forgive them. Well, from that 10 days to now, they still, according to them, not get them benefits. It will make them call a meeting at the airport and hold a peaceful demonstration for send message to government and authorities them we concerned for make them get them benefits and other thing them we own them or where the airport authority own them. But before this meeting starts, police been come and interrogate them and say, why didn't they hold the meeting and what's in the rationale for the meeting and they not inform them. Mohammed Jim Kamara identified himself as the union leader for the Salone Airport Authority workman them. He will explain to police them as to what exactly happened and what they hold this meeting for.
That's they can't clear wall, they go to that station. The union leader then they come into 3. Now that letter they will say, oh, they can't for let them can edit. So if we don't come for now, can sit down and put up a time for now, can edit this letter. I will write to Siba piece because all men don't become silent over we issue, and the police then can they say, "Now wanna stop," or they want to know the leader. Now that's me said, don't come. When I give me the opportunity, now I interface with the police. I tell them on the rationale about this short gathering, 10-20 minutes gathering, because it don't go almost 2 months from days now. For more than we in less than 24 hours termination by the management of the Sierra Leone Airport Authority. All other acts of them, in relation to civilians' benefits and payment, nobody will ever come on board again for him to talk to me.
But how serious this matter is? I talked to some workmen them of the Salone Airport Authority.
There for la I go able talk to good people them, or let them able give way to benefit who don't work Salone Airport Authority.
Then they don't in any way employ you, some group of company?
Yes. They give me a letter for casual and then give.
Yes.
Yes.
If you the workers, you know the staff?
Me na staff of Salone Airport Authority.
But now we go to you na casual.
Yes, because right now understand I don't know me faith because they give me a contract of 1 year. Give me as casual, yeah.
Salone Airport Authority don't terminate the contract. Based upon that, we can get the way forward how the Airport Authority go pay money.
When the letter they give itself now beats with imagination. When they sell we na Suma, the exchange rate now 4,400 and 500 euros per dollar. Now almost they pay we not let me they talk so my salary not even reach $100. Now we don't go under. You know there are the terms and conditions. You know even then are the Sierra Leone law. Now the constitution for say you they send somebody on site for 1 year probation. Now we don't go to Suma 1 year probation, no leave allowance, no medical. We get to begin there. Then they suffer cost of living not very expensive in this country. So now the what now they right now? What they cry to Papa government? Let the people help pay with money there. Now they like today they sell with Suma with small money. So we are Papa government intervene. Let them pay with money then. Intervene.
From them workman there. So take the concern to the general manager for the Salone Airport Authority, Jack Masakoy, will explain to me who said then they now. As 1 month back, he did explain to Radio Democracy, say then they process the documents them for ensure so then people are get the end of term benefits and service benefits where they don't do at the airport. And the Suma group of company it left to them now whether they will continue for work with them after the 1 year probation period or not. This now what think Jack Masakoy been get foreseen.
I know comment on the letter issued by Suma, because Suma is a separate institution now. As far as their terminal benefit is concerned, the process not delay it, because this Now, a holistic institution, you do terminal benefit from. When, before the transition take place, the Minister of Transport, the Permanent Secretary, and other big allegiance then can address the staff them. And they make it clear to them, say, government, they pay their benefits. So as airport management, we own duty now for ensure, say, we compute this terminal benefit, severance benefits. The process is on, and they assure them, say, government is determined and willing to pay the severance benefits. Transitionary process. The final copy, we will consider for be the final copy, we don't send them back to Ministry of Labor, and we don't copy the union. Then they look at these figures. When they don't done with them, the government auditor, they can't verify the figures there finally. So it's a process. So until we complete this process, payment will not be made.
How long this process where you don't explain so good take?
I want to believe say it's not going to be too long because every day the process is going on. Something is being done to move the whole thing forward.
It's not going to be too long as in weeks, months, year?
I'll not say that because the money they come out from the government in coffers.
Well, that's not Jack Masako, the general manager for the Salone Airport Authority. They talk about the workman employed. But apart from the workman then at the Lungi International Airport, where Suma go take over anytime from now, the service provider in the airport self get serious concern when expressed to Radio Democracy. What's in that concern here?
Mina Mr. Sonny Johnson, Mina the manager for Uni Enterprises. I would clean the inside part of the airport.
When I self get concern, what's our concern? Quick one.
Well, we concern right now is that since where the people then come up to now, we don't know if it, we staff them right and all they feel bad because they don't can say anything to we, and it's like when they maybe for take the contract again and for renew the contract for the staff them because right everybody's left out. We don't operate at this airport for the past 5 years. We don't even win award which will help to the airport, you understand. But up to now, they're not saying nothing to we.
What do you expect at this moment?
Well, we expect that the people are for coming to we and we can really know which they're going to be.
Me na a service provider at the airport. Me your name na Mr. So. The problem where we get presently, we've been paying $266 per month. And now they don't come put with $2,000 for month. $2,000 for a month. So we able get them kind of money here for pay. We na 40 million for a year. We get staff there. We get for pay lights bill. We get for pay government license. We get beaucoup things for pay. So this is not a great concern to we where you will feel say at the end of the day, government need for come to we attention.
Would that put in another direction?
Now Suma, the company where they can open yonder. Now they increase them from $266 what they pay now to $2,000 for months.
That if not they use the facility.
Yes, if they will transfer it and use them facility. Then I will not go able to get that kind of business so the profits that kind of money there. Yeah, like from where they clean to the whole day. Now one person I don't process for. When it be say the money transfer, I know he will process now 2 million. So there they can all day. I know they get nobody. Why be OP? We get up to 10 staff right now. We don't reduce because of the business. To close to now 4 staff now I get. The inside these 4 staff here, but who they manage now? They don't go tell we hand about $2,000. So would they pull this kind of money for pay? Government need for country with attention and see how they go able to sort we out. Because if not that, then we don't left out. First we go sit down. All what they do, go sit down again now. How's this? We don't there for years now they do this business. Then now which kind way they want to put we forward? This is really money we.
Well, then people are up say governments go come inside and look at them plight as the Lunge Airport where they transfer to Suma group of company get plenty concern them from workman them to service providers them. From the Lunge Airports, for the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara, the reports. The program is still listening to Gud Mornin Salone way the country from 98.1 FM. Well, from that report, they will say the workman them na the Salone Airport Authority be all meeting yesterday na the staff canteen na the airport and talk about the concern of the end of service benefit. After we don't put this report together, information reach Radio Democracy see police be done arrest Mohammed Jim Kamara, the union leader for the airport commander and other person. And the allegation continues say the police get plan for arrest more people, especially the one that will be all placard and they ask the Salone Airport Authority for more benefit. The program you listen to Gud Mornin Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We'll go for a short break inside the program. We can continue again.
Yeah, Ecowas. The money. Now the account.
Make I tell you, but EcoBank save and win. Not to just for save, save and win with EcoBank. Just save 5,000 leones or more. Now your EcoBank savings account from October 2022 to April 2023, and you can win fine prize then. You save no more and win big. Save 10,000 leones from now to April 2023 and qualify for the second prize raffle draw for win one brand new keke. Save 20,000 and qualify for the grand prize win a new motor car. EcoBank. No yagba.
EcoBank save. The money save. Now the account. Now the post.
You know what in the money? I want couple now. But the West Ham and the longer thing up and see don't waking then at the bank. Now in the money right now. What in me go do? Ebo, so I no go able for pay for this thing yourself. Welcome to GT Express Service. GT Express Service. Now who's one this again? This means say we banking made simple 24/7 and 365 days a year. Any site where you see the GT Express point, just go inside. You go meet GT Bank certified agent. We go ready for attend to you with no yagba. With GT Express service, you go open account, do cash deposit, able for withdraw money, do bill payments like EDSA, check your account balance, and buy airtime like Orange and AfriCell Topo. Avoid the longer line and Timapwe Kindena the bank for wait for you your couple. With GT Bank, we banking life change for good. GT Bank, it go better. You bank to me.
Platform. Very many happy reasons. With love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we go make salute. So I give you my token gift. They call this one, they call this cheap, that I know you will appreciate. Ooh, yeah. I wish you a happy birthday. Ooh, yeah. Very many happy returns. Ooh, yeah. I wish you a happy birthday.
Indeed, we dey wish you a happy birthday. Anytime this we signature tune play, you know, say somebody at the house is celebrating in special day. And today we dey celebrate Saptu Kalon. You dey celebrate your special day today on behalf of management and staff. Want for say happy birthday to you, Saptu. Anytime you day they celebrate this day, we want for wish you all the best in life. And we know say of course you know the coordinator na the house. And 12 o'clock
And
we know
this-
say you don't coordinate already.
And the CEO for SK Drinkies.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Happy birthday to you, Saptu Kalon, CEO of SK Drinkies. Na Sykes Street. We do wish you all the best and we hope say by 12 the house go celebrate you in a special way as we can always do. Happy birthday to you once more, Saptu. All right, the program Good Morning Salone they continue, and we continue for look at the issue where we get as topic of discussion at the program this morning, where that the issue of irregular migration where Salone people can embark on. And as we've been telling now today, we use case study, we get a live testimony now the studio of somebody where we don't go through the routes them for go Libya, well not to person we travel through government or any recognized agency, you go the illegal one, you getting experience, you don't come back and share in experience. And we also tell us say we go use a case study of the latest incidents we happen in Lebanon this BNTM. Also, we see 5 people when a Salone people them end up lost in life. Well, for we get the situation of waiting they happen currently with the young Sierra Leoneans and in Lebanon and waiting the ones right now as then they go through the situation. Yeah, we get on the phone one of we salon sister the week then say in a one of the kadamas them as a student they refer to themselves. In name na Aisa Tubo they can call Queen IS. Good morning and welcome to the program. It is live na Libya and it is talk to we now. Good morning and welcome to the program. Lebanon actually a day. I saw today on the line now for tell we waiting at the current situation of encompassing Kadamas them. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, everyone.
Just tell we quickly, we can get information where we don't confirm say, but 5 salon people them when a young salon titi them be lost in life na Libya, this BNTM, and una the salon people them still they do una work them, but someday where they go through situations them where according to una be wants for lay government in attention be drawn to then situation then they even though una not travel through government recognized agency. What's the current situation of una as we dey talk?
But right now, even the one that we are not gonna big post where they represent we like for say this Nasara Union go represent them body then do not even get big post yet where they go to the hospital. Pass Mariam with DJ and they too good. Where we even with the Karamas they pay 500,000 for where they go put the body in a mortuary. Like we they call on the government where the government will come put on for the system. So free the government do so all the KBs then they give and give KBs you better big. So they beg Papa government for me to go back home. And then
Now, una appeal to government and other organizations them. Waiting una where they right now, we know the hospital or they no more. Wait una want.
go back home. The only told me for government take me back go back home. And the only thing I want from government, so organizations then.
Salon people they waiting at hospital currently.
Yes, we get people back within a jail. Where you, madam, the life I say thief money put in a jail. We got about 10 within a prison right now. Some might not take 1 year, some might not take 2 years in a prison.
So the incidents of them one them 5 young lady them where we been see video them come out say die. Now waiting exactly happen.
Like the 3 and then hospital and even get confirmed sources. But the one who we talk like gas them to look at them. The one who is looking for receiving that the critical condition. So if they want to that they will give you the full information which happened because they already made their apartment on victim.
So I don't get as so far as now on a company Kadamas them. Wait till I don't understand saying the situation will lead to the death of them 5 young lady them.
Because incidents after 4 o'clock morning, like where they sleep, then just nobody will get any information. If anybody can say that this now this will not get information because the man at the embassy, the consulate say in the investigate. They say because the argument one of the Kadamas they not get right information into where they go on. Say that this now the reason make them so gas panel will not even know it.
All right, so because we get challenged with the network, before you left with Queen IS, waiting that you message we they send to salon young people and where they listen you now, we get plan for use the same process we wanna use so for gonna Lebanon. What you want for tell them?
I beg me government for they will block the airport because for cancer Lebanon. Even 1 year in a media, it is TikTok, Facebook, it do advocate for people in cancer Lebanon because even the one they get the country is very expensive for them. Because told me they buy 1,000, right now they buy 200,000 and they use currency. So it's very expensive. So you know
Well, it's unfortunate we get challenged with the connection there, but now one of we salon sister we be the talk to so from Lebanon as it be the talk on behalf of Incompin Kadamas them and the most important message we don't get conversation with them even off the live interview if you don't raise concerns say they want for come back and then they ask government for intervene in the situation of the salon people within a Lebanon, for example, right now. And according to them, it asks people we get plan for do illegal migration and go through some of the challenge them where then they face, so then they discourage people them not for go through their routes. And they, well, from that short interview, they come over to the Minister of Labor. You go get for can respond for sake of the issue of the airport workers them. But then we just get a response from you regarding the current situation of then salon people here, where they ask for let una go repatriate them, let them come back na salon, waiting a government in plan for them people in the.
Thank you very much. As I've been always mentioned, I say as a government, we try now for take the preventive measures, but we don't be. We consulate na Lebanon a very proactive man. Like I tell you, when they appoint, I don't can say alone. You don't consider with the Ministry of Labor. You don't advise we on what we need for do so that people will continue for Lebanon. Two, now I tell you for now, let not send the it. And I make I tell you, as I talk so will not send it. So the first thing I want to say is as Sierra Leoneans, we ever face this thing pragmatically. Then one day who did this, who like the one who they talk so. If for sure you would have make it go. Because we get for punish people away responsible for the entire. Where people and do things with impunity, the parliament will continue for persist. So like then one day who they talk so, they have to show under which means then pass then go. So we go deal with them people and they are in the first place, they were responsible. Right? We're not going to continue for the follow the same pattern here with this one thing we do, I continue for the repeat. So, but as at now, for them one in the USF area where they talk, they say the consulate they look into some of their issues they did. The other day, then the one last have Lebanon. Understand? But the situation is not been warranted that one day. Day before yesterday, I met with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Professor Francis, and I tell Professor Francis the need for someone, the Lebanon control, within IASO, to the office for me who can sit down with them, for me who be able to talk about issues pertaining to the thing, so that we get for punish people who are responsible for the change. Until people then begin to see that, they're not going to take it serious. The IOM, they participate in them processes here on. So what you will continue for do no more now for make sure say yes. After here, they meet back the Minister of Foreign Affairs because I'm not the champion this particular aspect. So they issue the press release, which the government do, so that we will work together. And by next week, if I get the opportunity, we'll be able for you now update as far as that particular.
So what about the one them back within another country, then we can go through legal means, but they can claim so we then reach, then can seize them, traveling documents them from them. We don't get concern also from people in Tunisia, Dubai, and then just all over the place.
No, as I tell you, since I've been minister who they regulate this, I know one this enforced in Tunisia. I think I tell you now for see the process for going out through legal migration, you have to have an exit permit. Not to say all of them one in the ask them, let them produce an exit permit. That's one. Number two, they should be asked under which agency they go. So that's how we trace responsibility, you know. So as a government, I still want to make people know say as a government within the right trajectory. The previous government set up the labor migration policy, would they implement them? And as I talk so, by Thursday, would they put before Parliament, would they finalize the Overseas Employment and Migrant Workers Act, so that this will be the law would they regulate the movement of Sierra Leoneans overseas, including all the welfare agreements, the way as a government would they enter with the various countries. And maybe as I talk so, even like what I talk about the United States, as I talk so, I get Educo visit to Sierra Leone. This is an educational institution from the United States of America, where they can at Sierra Leone on the 27th to 29th for make them cast.
So the one that we get
with the Ministry of Labor, so that we design the training programs where we go make people qualify for enter into them vocations the way they're supposed to go work. You understand? So that's for me we own now we own priority. Right? We own priority.
So the one that we get
as at now, yes. Because some of them were in a situation of distress, as a government, we work with the embassy, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, for make sure they address them. But moving forward, that is the point I'm saying. Moving forward, people they get for make sure they know the Minister of Labor now in charge. Number two, they get right for can find out the agencies responsible.
All right, because that's our ask somebody where they listen, we know the one that way they do this illegal arrangements for them people they are waiting for do.
if you know,
posted
you
the
can't tell
information.
me. Make I just give one example. What happened about a month ago na Dubai, and this happened at McKinney. I know they disclose the information. This girl Pekinia, he able for call somebody we know me na McKinney. He tell me say this it is Dubai right now. Now somebody from McKinney, I carry them two, right? Then two, you carry them go use them as sex slaves. So this one not allowed for make it happen. You understand? So you run away from the place. So if you don't defend, we how they able for come back now say you can't get me. So I call the ambassador, na UAE, the ambassador. The ambassador intervene. We will trace the situation. Say we don't bring and come actually, right? But we don't come now. For tell we now would that make Lego families they don't agree for making to tell you about their name. So if we are serious about these things, right, we get for make sure they then disclose the information.
So now we look at the work of the embassies. The last time we play an interview from the ambassador in Senegal, where he go Nouakchott, where in Mauritania, for go talk to Sierra Leoneans the way they get challenged. And just last week, you get a press release from the Salone embassy in Egypt on the statement of the Egyptian, the Tunisian president for pull black man then out of in country, where Guinea, Ivory Coast, and other countries don't go pull their citizens then they. And now we get a situation in Lebanon. And also somebody just text say now Facebook page, plenty or hundreds of Sierra Leoneans and then are Turkey, then they are prison. What in the embassies then they do for coordinate with the labor ministry for ensure say they seek the welfare of Salone people, even though they not go through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security?
The embassies can only do as much as information where they get, and this time with due respect. Now the responsibility for make sure she then take care of the welfare of Syria. But what in the law say? The law say when you go to a country, you have your passport, you forgo na the embassy. So you register, then the embassy knows say you there under. Now in the law require. If you look at your passport, now in the law require. Most of them people they don't have over 1-2 years back, they know they make let the embassy know. Right? So that are the first thing where every person is supposed to know. When you go to a country, who say you're a foreign person, the first thing we do now for find your embassy. But because these people deliberately know that what they do illegal, they overstretch we embassies there. Like the UAE, who don't sign this labor agreement. So the ambassador who say did, if so, it's almost about 4 to 5 hours drive from there for Canada, now Dubai. You know, so we are talking about thin staff in their ministries and they we're supposed to take care of hundreds and hundreds of people who don't face the employed here. So the first thing we advise them first is to make sure that one, the embassies get the information, and the only time they get the information now when something like this happens. And I want to say the embassy they don't try. The one at Saudi, not only edit things and they minimize now. It's more intense now, Oman. Also, will not get no agreement yet, and we try for development for them. Yeah. So let them make sure then give the information to the embassy. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they're more proactive more than ever before now. For make sure they put measures in place so that we look into the entities.
We can't we others to get, but quick one. We just run a story on the issue of the workman them na the Salone Airport Authority. We then been getting a meeting yesterday on the issue of them end of term benefiters. Then we don't give them. Then we don't terminate the contract with the airport authority. And earlier we put that report together. We said them be arrest the leader of them, and we just don't get information, so they don't transfer them na Freeton. But as Minister of Labor, we be in charge of the issues there. So what are you awareness of the things that will happen at the airport in terms of them people end of term benefits as you minister na one of the side with the reference?
Well, thank you very much, Musa. The airport thing, we fully seize with the information. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation responsible. As a Minister of Labor, we don't go meet with SUMA as a new company. We don't discuss with them. The number of workers them, we then don't decide for take as at now, then they do and through a process, then they take them, then they pay them, and they make sure then they retrain them for make them go fit into the new arrangement. The other workers then we don't hold meeting back with them. Me which is also as a Minister of Labor. I don't go hold meeting with the General Manager. What will happen, Musa? They not be done complete for do them computation so that at the end of the day, then we will get them correct benefits there. The Minister of Transport and Aviation, DWAM, But now the Minister of Labor get the competence for able for ascertain that so that he don't appear like what may happen at the end Zoom lag and other things. That we have done, right? And me we should also address a cross section of them for make them just exercise patience.
Right.
You understand? Because as a government, even their workers, the way EBC, they work a part of the month last month. We go na Suma. They make sure say government pay up to the time when they left for work na the Sierra Leone Airport Authority, and Suma put the additional amount for make them not lost nothing, right? So me advise to their workers, then including the union leader, when I've been good, they complain say management not they make clear partake pan the discussion. I tell management definitely for say they have to make sure the union representative them participate pan it. So what you mean they want for tell them is that government is committed to paying them. As I talk so, I don't receive the final computation from them this past Friday, right? I will sit down with the Minister of Transport and Communications for make sure we address this particular issue. The president is fully aware, and as I talk so, nobody no lost nothing yet because everybody is receiving the salary. And that's the most important thing.
Thank you.
And I really want to advise them, let them exercise patience so that we're able to go through this particular process. We want to assure them, say, we'll get them in mind, and we will like a miss no go sit down for make anybody make sure say at the end of the week,
thank you.
They do right.
Thank you very much, Minister of Labor Alpha Timbo, for we can inside the program Good Morning Salone.
All right, we come over to Alma Mekabo to wrap up the program. Most message you left to the young people where they listen you currently regarding irregular migration, where they can involve.
Sorry. As we don't do we in a MINSI card, we in a MICICAD, where if you go on with Facebook page, you will see what we do, how we go na communities, different areas, how we advocate to young people for them not make them mistakes there, so we don't make them mistakes there, so we make out of lack of knowledge. You know, let them make that same mistake there. So now make we do we advocacies and we not go stop, we not go relent, we go still advocate to government, we sisters and then other people when a distress situation. When me self video yesterday, we talk to government even on a process. So then distress then you go do the boy for take process for let them do all you see them for let you come home. So also they appeal and talk to government for let them able help them, let them able come home safe. The one we don't left now, let them able can safe, let we can see them. So we drop we numbers them. Me, when at the PRO, when Alma Mrs. Kokagbu, your number is 088720933. If you want for reach me, you want for reach we organizations, or you want for invite we. Then again, if you not get me, we secretary when a smart akawa, and your number is 088638477. So if you go see yourself on Facebook, when a Migrant Center for Information and Capacity Development.
All right, many thanks. So you can have the studio this morning. I had this edition of the program go left for now. Plenty. Thank you to the production team. Michael Sambola and Alex Lawrence Kroma produced the program. And DJ came and give you technical support. Usman Kamara make us see live on Facebook. Until then, maybe cover this to get yourself a wonderful
Minister
day.
say not say last word, but it's okay, Minister. I think you don't say your last word anyway.
You know, we don't go beyond the time. We'll come with you back and look at more issues from the Labour Ministry.
Because we need to talk about
the
prospects, what ought to be done. So that
sure, and we even can sell airtime set for do some of them programs in there. So the ministry we can go into any.
I think you can use Almami as one of our ambassadors, them or the organization, for work with them for raise awareness on this issue.
Then they do the one that will go can meet it. How they
plenty. Okay. Plenty. Thank you for we can inside the program, Minister of Labor Alpha Timbo, and also Alimami Cisco Kagbo PRO Migrant Center for Information and Capacity Building. So today Musa Kama they say bye bye.